What's up, guys? Hit that like and subscribe button for PLO strategies and hand reviews. And if you guys want to play in a really good PLO club, hit me up on Instagram at Acoustic Shredder. Name is in the description. I'll let you guys in. They have all PLO stakes and no limit. Action's really good. I'm already up $1,000 over there since this last week. But today I'm going to go over the best spots to continuation bet in PLO. And the first thing to think about before C betting are, number one, blockers to the nuts or nutted draws. Number two, villain type. Number three, future playability. Having blockers is important because it blocks our opponent from having or drawing to the nuts, which is why it's profitable to bluff with good relevant blockers. For example, let's say we open on the button to $25 with ace 5 6 6, the small blind and big blind call, and the flop comes 4 8 5 offsuit. They both check, and because our 6 6 blocks 6 7, this is a great spot to bluff. You'll get a lot of folds from random hands. If your opponent calls and they're loose, I would strongly consider bluffing the turn and possibly the river. And now for example 2, we open from the cutoff with king, queen, jack 10 with the king of clubs in our hand. The button and big blind both call. The flop comes ace 8 9, 2 clubs. It checks to us, and I would strongly consider bluffing here as we have the blocker to the nut flush, so we can rep that if it hits, plus we have a wrap. I'd be careful if the game was very loose though. But let's say we bet $85 and the button calls and the big blind folds. The turn comes with 2 of clubs. Boom, this is the perfect turn for us to continue firing here. He can fold a lot of worse hands like ace X or pair with missed straight draws, or hands like ace 8 or slow played ace 9 would have to fold to a big bet here. Another very important thing to consider when C betting is to know how likely your opponent is either going to call or fight back on this board. So you don't want a continuation bet with air if you know the villain will never fold on these particular boards. So let's say we open on the button with king 8 9 10 with the king of clubs. An aggressive big blind calls us from the big blind. The flop comes 5 6 2 with 2 clubs. Our opponent has never folded to a C bet and calls very light. That being said, this is a check purely because of the villain type. If it were more of a passive player, then I would 100% C-bet here. But this doesn't mean that you can't delay C-bet good turns, like any club, or overcard, or straight completing turn. This is the most powerful weapon in PLO aggression. Another thing we want to be careful when C-betting is to think about playability on future streets, and the likelihood of our turning any further outs, like backdoor straight draws, flush draws. Having more chances to turn a draw will give us a better chance of winning the pot because we'll be able to apply more pressure. Let's say we open with jack 8 7 9 double suited from the cutoff, the button and small blind call. The flop comes 5 10 4 with a diamond and a heart. It gets checked on round to us with our gut shot and ability to hit a ton of backdoor draws, like backdoor straight draws, backdoor flush draws, or even both. I like a C-bet here, and then look to barrel a bunch of turns like a 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, any diamond or heart. Now let's say we open with ace, king, queen, 10. The small blind and big blind both call. The flop comes jack 8 2 with 2 clubs, and it gets checked around to us. Again, you guys, I like a C-bet here with our gut shot, with the ace of clubs, backdoor straight draws, overs, as well as, repping those future clubs. We can get random hands to fold like jack 5 6 7, queen 8 9 6, ace jack 4 5, queen 5 6, king 7 4. So in conclusion, you want to pay attention to how your opponents are playing. That way you can safely decide on when to continuation bet or not. And again, these come down to number one, relevant blockers to the nuts or drawing to the nuts. Number two, villain type. How likely are they going to call me with weak hands or draws? And number three, future playability. Is there a good chance I turn more equity and I can bluff more often? Not only will patiently waiting for these spots allow you to pull off the most efficient bluffs, but it will also cause your opponent to tilt because it'll be difficult to play against you. So it's like a chain reaction, which helps you win a ton of money. Now guys, go try it for yourself. And again, I would recommend the club I'm on because there's a ton of action players you can practice these strategies against. But that's it for today. If you guys like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. Until the next one, peace out, you guys.